Hello everyone, with Jamaica here. Welcome to this updated video on weather across Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean. It is 7:28 a.m. Friday morning, July 12, 2024. Now before we jump into it, please ensure that you guys like the video. I'd really appreciate it if you guys get this video up to 100 likes. If you don't know by now, that's how the YouTube algorithm works. We all like the video and then the YouTube algorithm pushes the video out to more persons who are in the path of these tropical systems, so we can all stay safe, especially during the peak of Atlantic hurricane season, that's August through to October. Share this video with your friends, your coworkers, your relatives, and even your church brethren, and subscribe if you haven't yet done so. Leave a comment down below letting me know what the weather's been like in your area recently. Also, feel free to ask any weather related question that you might have about the future of the weather in your specific area. Alright, so let us take a look at the US National Hurricane Center 7-day graphical tropical weather outlook. We can see that area of the southeastern United States coast that had a 10% chance of cyclone formation within the next 7 days now has a 0% chance, so they don't expect that this system will be developing at all, especially considering that there is a lot of strong wind shear, upper level winds that are trying to rip the system apart. We can see it all even better here, the very strong wind shear coming in from the north associated with the upper level low that is attached to. Either way, there's still a lot of moisture around the area as represented by the greens, and when all is said and done, there should be a lot of rainfall that has affected portion of the eastern United States coast, as we can see by the purples right here, up to maybe even 3 inches of rainfall or more affecting portions of northeastern South Carolina, section of North Carolina, section of Virginia, all the way up into portions of the east coast of the United States. Let us focus our attention on the surface map of the Atlantic for this morning. We can see that we still have the ridge of high pressure across the northern portion of North Atlantic that we know is responsible for sending all of the easterly trade winds across the main development region, not to mention the numerous tropical waves. We have a tropical wave right here across the central Caribbean, a tropical wave right here across the eastern portions of the Caribbean. So it's about to get ready to lash portions of the Windward and Leeward Islands. Another tropical wave right here, equidistant from Africa and the Caribbean. Another tropical wave right here to the west of the Cabo Verde Islands. If we take a look at the visible satellite images of the Atlantic as the sun is starting to come up, we can actually make out these entities. The clouds associated with the system that the Hurricane Center has been watching, the clouds associated with the tropical wave that's definitely going to be affecting portions of Jamaica today, if not tomorrow, the clouds associated with that other tropical wave that's to the east of the Caribbean, more clouds associated with other tropical waves right there across the main development region, and most of those are attached to the intertropical convergence zone. We'll be talking more about the rest of the Caribbean's weather later on. Let us focus our attention on the prediction that was made in yesterday's video about the weather across Jamaica for yesterday, Thursday, July 11th. It was stated that we would have received some afternoon rainfall across sections of some western and central parishes. When the western parishes, we're talking about those parishes in the county of Cornwall, so Hanover, St. James, Trelawney, Westmoreland, and St. Elizabeth. While central parishes, we're talking about those parishes in the county of Middlesex, so St. Anne, St. Mary, Manchester, Klein, and St. Catherine. And what ended up happening? As early as 1:55 p.m., a post was made here on our Twitter page. Keep in mind that these posts aren't only made here on our Twitter page at Weather Jamaica, but on our Instagram page at weather.jamaica, on our TikTok page at Weather Jamaica, and on our Facebook page at Weather Jamaica 876. So if you have one of those social media platforms, please ensure that you follow us there, as we make posts throughout the day that you can't afford to miss. So we saw the infrared close-up satellite image that was posted, and it definitely showed thunderstorms affecting sections of some western parishes. So definitely Hanover, Westmoreland, sections of St. Elizabeth, southern St. James, southern Trelawney, northern Manchester, section of St. Anne, definitely gotten under thunderstorm activity. So definitely a section of western parishes and inland areas of some central parishes. And some of this rainfall even made it as far east as sections of St. Andrew gotten on some of the rainfall. As we can see here, the live camera from See Jamaica's YouTube channel was shown, and we saw halfway through getting in on some rainfall as well. section of the corporate area in general, we see a lot of rainfall up into the hills of St. Andrew too. So we definitely gotten out some of the rainfall that was forecasted for mainly central and western Jamaica. But we can't rule out some isolated shore activity for section of St. Andrew as well. Even although St. Andrew is an eastern parish, we know that sometimes some of the rainfall can spill into our area. Finally, another post was made highlighting what actually took place regarding the thunderstorms. It was made at 4:25 p.m. We saw how the clouds built across sections of central and western parishes, and the upper level clouds were definitely pushing those high cold cloud tops off towards the east. The upper level winds were pushing those high cold cloud tops off towards the east. So we know what usually happens. The low level flow from east to west, then the clouds build up during the afternoon into cumulus or cumulonimbus clouds. Then we have the thunderstorms developing, and with the thunderstorms, the upper level wind shear pushes the high cold cloud tops up towards the east. So we're not saying that the thunderstorms move from west to east, but the building of the clouds push from east to west. Then we have the thunderstorms building, and we definitely saw the thunderstorm activity across those very spots: Hanover, St. Elizabeth, sections of Westmoreland, St. James, Trelawney, Manchester, Clarendon, and some of this rainfall even spilled into sections of Northern St. Catherine and sections of St. Andrew, just like what we stated earlier. And we definitely have the comments coming in confirming the rainfall. We have underscore the underscore enigma, Savannah Lamar, now good again when they start. Mona underscore GH underscore CA stating raining in Kingston. Another comment here, China the entrepreneur, rain in Westmoreland right now. That indeed confirms the rainfall that was predicted for a section of some central western parishes. But let's switch gears and focus on what's happening right now across Jamaica. We can definitely see that we had some amount of isolated showers, all courtesy of some clouds coming in from the east across sections of St. Thomas and Portland this morning as the sun was coming up. But by this time, most of these clouds have dissipated or dying down. If we reload these images and look at the very latest image, we can see only a few clouds left back, not much rainfall as we speak. And we can see it all even better in the infrared satellite images that showed the thunderstorm clouds that definitely came into portions of St. Thomas and Portland this morning. But most of it has dwindled down right now. As relates to the latest on the Cube and Doppler radar images, we know Doppler radar images show the actual rainfall as opposed to satellite images that can show cloud cover. And we can definitely see that the latest Doppler radar here as of 8:30 a.m., which is actually 7:30 a.m. Jamaica time, so it came out 6 minutes ago. We can definitely see some dots of rainfall right there to the north and to the south of the island. Not much happening across the island right now. And all of this is being confirmed on the latest view from See Jamaica's YouTube channel, 7:36 a.m., showing very sunny skies, persons going about their business, nothing to worry about as we speak. Taking a look at the temperatures right now, we can say we have 26 degrees Celsius in both Montego Bay and Kingston, and by about 1 p.m. on Friday, this is 18Z, 1 p.m. on Friday, temperatures should be rising up to at least 1 degree Celsius above normal temperatures. We can see Jamaica right here embedded in more yellows than anything else. You know, the yellow by the key on the right represents 1 degree Celsius above normal temperatures. And we can see here the normal temperatures for the month of July across Jamaica are about 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Now take a look at the thermometer. 91 degrees Fahrenheit is about the same as 32.7 degrees Celsius. So we should be receiving anywhere from 32 to 33 degrees Celsius at most for Jamaica's temperature on Friday. As it relates to the Saharan dust forecast for 2 p.m. on, well, I don't see Friday here. Let's see if I can find Friday. It's still showing Thursday. Alright, so here we have 2 p.m. on Friday, and we can see that it's actually starting to dwindle down, especially considering that the central Caribbean near Jamaica has a tropical wave right here, Jamaica right here. So you're not going to be getting on much Saharan dust. You know, the vigorous plume associated with the Saharan dust is indicated by the darker shades of brown, and we don't see much of that. There's a lot of breaks in between. We're grateful for that. We don't like the Saharan dust at all, even although it's good for destroying these thunderstorms or preventing them from forming. We don't let the siren dust because it can trigger some amount of respiratory illnesses in some persons, not to mention cause hazy skies. Either way, this is the forecast for 2 p.m. on Friday, so with the lack of Saharan dust, it could make way for more thunderstorms to be forming associated with the tropical wave that we mentioned earlier on the surface map that's right here to the east of the island. So we'll definitely get in on some thunderstorm activity. We can already see the clouds associated with that already to the south of Hispaniola, affecting sections of Haiti as we speak. And if we actually take a look at the rainfall forecast, by the way, before we even get to the rainfall forecast, let's look at the waves. We can see that for majority of the Caribbean, we should be getting on those blues that we can see by the key on the bottom right that represents 1 to 1.5 meter wave height. And that's because winds are going to be coming in from the east for the most part. And we see the brighter greens and yellows across majority of the Caribbean that represents anywhere from 15 to 20 knots, maybe even gusting to 25 knots in some spots. And as we can see right here across Jamaica, the winds definitely going to be coming in from the east. But we also see that the air is going to be piling up again across sections of some central and western parishes in Jamaica. So we can rule out some of these clouds, yes, coming in from the east to give some rainfall to sections of St. Thomas and Portland again. But during the afternoon, when we have that diurnal convection, the daytime heating, we'll definitely have some more clouds building to medium level, as well as up to upper level cumulonimbus clouds status. And then we have that afternoon thunderstorm as usual in those spots. So definitely look out for the rainfall if you're in the east for the morning. Portland, St. Thomas, maybe even spilling into sections of Kingston, St. Andrew. Central and western parishes, you're next during the afternoon. And with the upper level winds coming in from the north-northwest, this could favor more of the thunderstorms across sections of some southern parishes. And the southern parishes, we're talking about Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Clarendon, St. Catherine, Kingston, St. Andrew, St. Thomas. So we'll definitely be getting in on some of that activity today. Yesterday, we actually saw the upper level winds blowing the clouds off towards the east. Today we're going to be having the upper level wind blowing the clouds off towards the south. Some more overcast skies, if not more rainfall for some southern parishes. This is what we're talking about right here. So if we actually take a look at the forecast, we can already see it coming to fruition. So this is 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is actually 7 a.m. Jamaica time. We see the blues already across sections of eastern Jamaica, and that does indeed match what we saw this morning with the thunderstorms across sections of St. Thomas, Portland, as well as on the visible satellite images here. These were also posted on our Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook page this morning. But throughout the day, mostly partly cloudy, but during the afternoon now, we start to get a build-up of that rainfall where across sections of some central and western parishes, we can't even rule out some of that rainfall across eastern parishes as well. Both the and the GFS models have some dots of blues across the east too, so maybe some afternoon isolated showers across eastern Jamaica with some thunderstorm activity across sections of some central and especially western parishes as well. And this is valid for 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is actually 3 p.m. Jamaica time. And both accumulated precipitation forecast maps are in consensus that there's going to be some amount of rainfall across Jamaica today, already affecting eastern Jamaica up to at least 0.31 of an inch of rainfall. GFS not so robust, but we see the consensus there's going to be rainfall. And we're in the month of July. We should receive less rainfall during this month compared to the other months surrounding it. So we'll take all the rainfall that we can get to do something about the heat that we're currently experiencing. We see the bar graph at the top showing Kingston's rainfall throughout the year, bar graph at the bottom showing Montego Bay's rainfall throughout the year, the bar graph at the top in millimeters, the bar graph at the bottom in inches. So you can do the math, you can go back and forth at that image, as this is showing the rainfall in inches to millimeters. 1 inch represents 25 millimeters. So you can do it and see exactly how it goes for your area. As also, you can visit weatherandclimate.com to find out what the rainfall is like for your specific parish throughout the year as well. Alright, so that is it for the forecast across Jamaica. Let us focus our attention on the rest of the Caribbean. So as stated, we have clouds associated with the tropical wave, already doing a number on the eastern Caribbean islands, section of northeastern South America. Section of Central America getting in on some thunderstorms as we speak. But if we actually take a look at the close-up of the northeastern Caribbean in terms of the Doppler radar images, we can definitely see that there's some amount of rainfall being experienced across sections of the Leeward Islands as we speak, associated with the tropical wave, the US and British Virgin Islands, St. Martin, St. Vincent, well, not St. Vincent, St. Kitts and Nevis, Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, Montserrat, Guadeloupe, Dominica. Even on the Barbados radar that shows St. Vincent, we are seeing rainfall coming into sections of St. Vincent as we speak from the east. The Grenadines getting some rainfall as we speak. Grenada, section of Barbados getting in on some rainfall right now. Martinique. And even if we scroll down and look, Trinidad and Tobago getting in on some of that rainfall as well. And I'm sure that they're all grateful. It's best to have some rainfall than none at all. We need that water supply in our pipes. As relates to the weather view of Doppler radar images, we can see that rainfall across sections of southern Florida, some rainfall right here across sections of Puerto Rico, as we stated earlier, section of the ABC Islands, section of northern Venezuela, Colombia, southeastern Nicaragua, southern Belize getting in on the mix, not to mention section of northeastern Suriname, as well as coastal areas of French Guiana. But as relates to the rainfall forecast for today, we see that there's consensus with where the rainfall is expected. So sections of southern Florida, Bahamas, Cuba, Haiti, the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, especially eastern Puerto Rico, the US and British Virgin Islands, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Martin, Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, Guadeloupe, sections of Dominica, Martinique, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, coastal areas of Suriname, French Guiana, Venezuela, the ABC Islands, Colombia, Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, Belize, section of Guatemala getting in on the mix. And we see that both the UN and GFS models are in consensus that these areas are going to be picking up some amount of rainfall. Even section of the Cayman Islands too. I know that when they're in consensus like this, the chances of it actually happening are much higher. Alright, so that's it for today. Thanks for watching.